Let's check the Dwarfs next.
Send me to vengeance.
5 lords, 5 factions. Dwarfs are my favorite faction. Okay, so Thorgrim Grudgebearer. David Oeka from Chaos. Chance to receive additional random rewards for every grudge resolved. Random rewards, 20 relations with dwarves, cheaper longbows and hammers, 3 recruit ranks for hammers, all commands have more powerful effects. And the hammer flavor in general. We did say this guy should go with pretty much 2 hammers wherever he goes. For max flavor and carnage around. Gyro Bomber. Yeah, a Gyro Bomber in the starting army. It's like 9 bombs. Hiking speech? No hiking speech. Blame cookies. Hiking speech next year. Stern bombs. Well, it's confirmed the pilots are Skaven, Barconis. I think it's like 9 or 11. Look at the car as a character.
March on, brave Dowie! March on!
Oh man. Probably spend more time on this one than some of the factions, one whole faction combined. Start with a master engineer. With a broken trait. There's a gyro bomber in the army with 11 bombs. And there's a unit of hammers as well. Gyro bomber as a starting unit. Well, that's one way to use that unit.
Send me to vengeance.
Karazakarak lost adjacency bonus. Still has good growth. I think the growth change is not gonna be applied to this one. It also lost the unique garrison. Not sure if that was intended. It might have been intended to keep things more balanced all around. More garrisons are credible though. Yeah, the garrison is way worse than it used to be. But the Dwarfs had the crazy garrison here before. It caused an imbalance between the AIs. I don't mind that change. We'll see how it goes. They might be experimenting with this. It seems a little bit more realistic. Landmarks look like the same. Income from all buildings plus 5% local province. This used to be tax plus 5% faction-wide. So big nerf to the income on the tier 5 here. Local one is gonna be small here. For tier 5, this is definitely gotten worse. But it doesn't really matter on tier 5, it's just like an extra thing, like more like flavor stuff. We'll at least add a couple more ranks to hammers, right? The Dwarfs get a rework towards the end regarding the units. It looks like it's retained here. It still requires the drinking hole. Well, the Slayer building got adjust again. Dwarf garrisons got massively nerfed. Massively nerfed. All the guns gone. They were overpowered for sure compared to most other factions. Massively nerfed the garrisons. The towers are now present in the cities as well, right?
Throw bearers! Let's march!
Oh man, the hiking looks good. They didn't put him without the guys here. Nice, I like it. Shiny. Good job. I was wondering how it is gonna look like here. Dwarfs did get the big nerf, like the magic resist was like ward save half the time. Now it's spell resistance. Dwarfs should be struggling if you ask me. So the hiking is still the same, huh? Obdurate is still here with the shitty 9 leadership because you know he needs it. This one is a buff against the Skaven, not just the other subterranean stuff. This is all the same stuff here. Doesn't this used to be like +6 or was it might be even +5? This one is like a really poor opening with a 6 armor. This crap is still in the game, should have been like on the top. Axe Lord lost 2 attack, 2 defense. Tactician lost 5% ammo, 4% damage. Addition Divination, they didn't change this at all because nobody used that shit. Fire and Fury got also slightly nerfed. Grimning Airs lost 2 attack. No big deal. Big deal for for Iron Breakers. Still not really that big deal. Thunder lost 4% damage. Blazed by Grungi. I don't think they changed this one because nobody picked this shit anyways. This was a crap battle skill. W Firepower looks the same. Honored by Grimnir. It looks like it lost 5 physical resist. And this looks like the same. That's interesting, they changed the wall breaker. Attrition suffered by defender plus 20% when laying a siege or encircling local region. Attrition plus 5% when under siege. Enemy armies in local region. If you have this and they don't sell it out on the first turn, they all take a lot more damage. Crop. Still crop. I think it was 5. This one was 8, this one was 5. This one got different, nerfed the replenishment. Acquire in mind, it's kind of like Renown and Fear now, huh? How the movement range. Well, nothing unexpected here. I expected the battle skills to be a little bit lower because of the Warhammer 3 stuff. But it's really unusual in Warhammer 3. Instead of buffing the Warhammer 3 factions, which are less numerous, they went up and slightly nerfed all other factions instead. This is still fine, more or less. Thorgrim's unique weapon, the Axe of Grimir, doesn't even look like it was made by Dwarfs. Too weak for such a famous item. Look at this shit. I'm not sure which one is worse, this or the Slayer of Kings. 1, 2, 3 campaign effects. One of them which buffs post-battle loot for Dwarfs, which is the worst in the game. He has magical attacks, it grants magical attacks. And then it grants 6 attack, which is okay. 12 AP and 4 anti-large. The guy has 500 damage. Smell that shit, right? The armor is good. The Dragon Crown of Kraz for a talisman. Acceptable. Acceptable. And the Great Book of Grudges with new Thorgrim Flamer is pretty good. I think Thorgrim should be played with 1 to 2 hammers with him at his side the whole time. And this goes real well with that flavor. And you can try to pull off the High King as well. Make the hammers go a crazy attack. We're definitely gonna be doing such strategy with Thorgrim. We're gonna have 2 personal bodyguards and he will walk with them on the battlefield and destroy enemies. We'll make sure the hammerers get a lot of attention with Thorgrim in a close quarter.
To war!
So starting technologies still don't have anything on them. There's a lot of text here, so some of it better than the other than the rest. Really, these ones are too close to each other. It should be slightly lower. Like the look at this, it's on top of each other. It's tighter. It's pretty much all the same stuff here. Dwarfs have amazing technology tree. It's actually flavor with Dwarfs because it takes forever to get stuff going. I think that's fit with Dwarfs. This doesn't look on the Longbeard, so... nothing seems to be changed here. Base missile damage plus 10% for ranged units, missile strength plus 10% for quarterly units. What the... What the fuck is up with that? They have literally identical weapons. The reload got really long in these units now. Oh, this might be a typo. Somebody check if this actually is what it says here. This makes no sense. They use identical weapons. Why the fuck they did that change? It makes no sense. There's like, feels like I don't know what that feels. It feels like a typo or a bug. Could have made this replenished a little bit higher. Nothing will change there except that weird shit there.
One rug!
It still holds.
The High King acts.
Garrison is this battle is gonna be different nowadays, so. Still have 3 battles to go now, unless they change the first one.
Good. Grimnir's axe thirsts. Retake the realms.
Doesn't seem like much has changed here, except moving the White Dwarf from the faction, right?
Send me to vengeance.
Finally, Thorgrim is no longer looking bad compared to White Dwarf. We can fully enjoy a Thorgrim experience with his flavor. Check diplomacy. Sure.
To war.
Zubar has been restored for some reason.
Horned prophet.
Reichland started 5 regions, what?
Now.
Only 1 enemy? One enemy here as well.
Anad,
Liable, holds garages, resource hoarder, protective.
one rag,
Please they don't dislike other dwarves.
dowie from another hold arrive. 'Tis a great day.
Master of Seers.
Oh, this looks like a much calmer situation here, huh? This is all ruined, so this is a new scavenging clan. Deadrock Gap, Mount Gumbat Voltage, Archway, High Place. Cool, cool. Looks like you can also jump here. And the Bloody Hands now have stuff here immediately, huh? Thorgrim is here, cool, cool. No, I'm definitely, you know, I love Dwarfs. I'm definitely looking forward for a Karazakara campaign. It's not gonna be the first campaign, I think. It looks like the garage meter got changed a bit. Or is that the same in the last update? You know what I wonder here? We didn't get any items. Use salvage. These things cost 30 to craft. I wonder if you can actually fuse this into a larger item. And this way have access to some serious crafting with dwarves. You can. Old gold is gonna be incredible. Old gold is worth more than ever because of fusing and salvaging. You kind of want to try to get 3 bells again. Getting another lord here now as well, for sure. I feel like there's some really nice potential with the forge now, because of fusing and salvaging. It's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. Because I like, you know, seeing what items are in the game and rolling this stuff. It brings me back to Diablo.
As I hold Gal Maraz, I am ready.
Not yet, Carl, not yet.
To war!
Trollhammer torpedoes. So looks like Thorgrim is more of the same, but they added him a cool unit as well. Kinda seems redundant considering he has Thunderers. Now that's a Slayer unit. The Demon Slayer, huh? Let's have a high damage unit at the start. Thunderers, Trollhammer torpedoes, and the Slayers.
Oh my god!
And faster.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
I think that the Forge might be a lot of fun with the new Warhammer 3 system. I think I'm gonna be enjoying that. I like stuff like that. Kinda like nuts, you start with a Trollhammer torpedo, right? Usually they come later when the guys are like, I don't need that, I already have things working, but at the start you actually get to appreciate the unit, right? Same with the gyro bombers, you know, I mean, it's all been overkill units, right?
To fulfill your oaths made in
The bombs were always good. The bombs were always good, but the gun on the gyro bomber is different.
Arcane winds under control. An accord bound by runic law.
So, Trollhammer torpedoes, huh? 20-second reload time. Holy sh! What the? Well, it's definitely a torpedo now. Yeah, Thorgrim started with the runesmith. They nerfed range. I mean, my bad. They balanced range. That was an issue with range, a hidden issue, of course, because CA hides stuff from us, so they only know and they find them like 3 years later. It was a hidden thing that made the range off. The Slayer building is not here, huh? Okay. You definitely do some construction and the dismantling of the Slayer buildings when you expand a bit.
The Slayer in me seeks death.
Look at him. My god, he's beautiful. Look at this shit. If only Karakadin campaigns don't give me PTSD for save breaking and corrupting. Oh god. This is starting to be a pattern with the Warhammer 1 items. I'm having to use with other ping myself. One, 2, 3 campaign effects, and they're really poor for the literally poor effects. I just copy past this, and then this is identical to Axe of Grimnir. Thorgrim's unique weapon, Axe of Dargo, made by the same poor craftsman that made the current Axe of Grimnir. These items are so poor, but they're Axe of Dargo, Axe of Grimnir, like several weapons. They're all Warhammer 1 outdated stuff. Slayer Crown is okay, and Dragon of Clone of Filskar is great. This is crap. Copy pasta shit. He said there's a little bit, at least flavor. Arsenal the Slayer. Weapon is shit, so you're not gonna use it, you're just gonna destroy this.
I grow restless.
Big Pass has 2 settlements now. No. Kazdi Irklas is the capital now. Karakungur is my small settlement now. All Might says, high elves are unplayable now unless you want to experience the horrors of CA. Guys, on the house.
One rag. I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
Pretty strong base stats. Doesn't look like anything has changed here. This is the same stuff. Get overkill. I'm gonna pick one of this. It's still lacking. Thorgrim could get better in skills, but they could have just polished the current ones.
To war.
So you can sack this place and occupy out. That's good to know.
Attack them. It is time. I am the Slayer King.
No items here either. I wonder if they fix this. The overlap.
The Slayer in me seeks.
We got an
death.
item here. And this item can be salvaged. Doesn't tell you how much it gives you. It wasn't supposed to tell you how much tells you how much it gives you. 100. Am I missing? Ah, it's 100. My bad. It's above here. Blue. It's blue interface. You know, gotta get used to it. Yeah, I'm seeing red. But you can only upgrade if they're both weapons, so if you get upgraded in something else, I guess once you start getting a lot of old gold, this could be actually quite nice to go get some items going. Dwarfs might have the best way to get good talismans and armors now. Oh, it doesn't say 100, it said for the other one, so this one doesn't say. Let's see. 16, 17, 8.
I grow restless.
You get 0. That might be intentional. What the fuck? What the fuck am I getting baited here? God damn it! Who did that? You distracted me here, guys. God damn shit, wizard. Say something, Bloomcools. So you can't salvage them, but you can fuse them. Maybe you can't even fuse them. It seems like they forgot to put salvage values. But if you fuse two forged items, they turn into a non-forged item, which will be able to be salvaged and fused further as well. So I guess it might be intentional that these items cannot be salvaged, so you salvaged initially. But if you fuse them, it turns into a non-forged item. You get old gold for salvage? Ah, okay, so it was old gold there. So you kind of want to fuse instead. Yeah, it looks like it got salvaged into old gold, yeah. 20 was returned. So you want to kind of fuse it. You want to fuse it, and then if you don't have the pairs, then you salvage it.
To die in battle.
Goddamn Slayer King. Seems to be better than before. Who? So who's next? Who's the next dwarf? Belegar Ironhammer. So it's like pretty much the same as before. Star got moved. That's some with a harsh penalty, but it's gonna be less than before. But it still seems like a bit harsh until you get the Karakate peaks. It does have a quite unique start with those 4 special heroes. I put Belegar at the, looks like at the bottom of the province. They either move the capital, or they might have thought that if we put it at the bottom, it has one direction to go. I was still one direction from top to bottom, and then east, because the scarcing is no more there, so it still seems like one direction. Let's see.
Long have I fought and suffered for my people.
Capture and occupy the following settlement, Karak 8 peaks, reward. No reward. He does seem to have more income now. Aversion minus 100 with the Skaven.
To war! Honor to your ancestors.
Revenge incarnate.
Still has a 450 upkeep.
Aye, all right.
Leadership plus 5 armies in the local owned region. Got more health, less fizz resist now. And oh my god, they still have lock skills. It's like they close their eyes and they're click, 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 click. Have fun, player. And those people get paid. Ooh, boy.
You summon me?
They even just randomly clicked this guy as well. He was reset at the end of Warhammer 2.
Onward! An artillery train to speed us up! Slade! It shall be done! Worcester arms!
This is a new starting settlement for Belegar. This is capital. Well, the trade changes definitely gonna affect Belegar.
By my hammer it will be done.
Belegar has the usual impressive stats and 4 heroes that don't want to die, so he has potential to be a really crazy faction, AI or the player wise. Excellent armor and excellent weapon. Definitely not made by the same guy who made the other two. I mean, look at this one. That's how you do a weapon. 16 attack and 28% damage. Meanwhile, Axe of Grimnir. What Axe of Grimnir? Faction Y +1 recruit rank, not bad. First good set. Look at this here, Bane of Destruction, 1 point. 9 attack when fighting against greenskins, 30% damage fighting against greenskins, 5 anti-infantry against Skaven, 6 enlarge against ogres. 1 skill point. The fuck? It's like, should I even forget something about this? Like, what in the shit? Oh, this guy got nerfed quite a bit. Used to be like a big bonus with the relations, so they scaled it down. Recruit rank +2 for who? Leadership +3 when in foreign territory. Because, you know, dwarves, they do need leadership. 5 was OP, right? This is all pretty much the same. So look at this one. Physical resistance is 10% for the whole army. Ghosts have more health and they still get extra physical resistance plus items. Belegar has pretty cool stuff. The Mason gotta be one of the worst campaign skills in the game. What? What the? It looks like they forgot about King Loon and they forgot about Hakenhoff Stonebeard. This is basically the CAV boys. Half-assing. 2 guys get fixed and the other 2 guys are still the old system. Maybe that's a feature. How the fuck does this happen? You assume they would do all 4 at once, but they fixed half of them and the other half they left how it was.
I stand defiant.
It's a looks like a very high auto resolve value on this thing. Really high auto resolve value here. But they were supposed to change all the ethereal units. Increase health, lower physical resistance. So they only did for 2.
Ironhammer. True king.
Does look like a little slightly different auto resolve, right? The rightful king. Your kin entrenched deep within Karakin have received word of your grit during your expansion. They held the rightful king of the 8 peaks and their loyalty to aid to your mission to reunite the everlasting realm.
For the wisdom of Belegar.
Well, I guess you don't have to recruit a second army, you get it immediately. It's turn 1. What the hell?
Lun's heir. Belegar.
Onward.
Oh yeah, they change anything here.
By the grudge bearer's will.
And then we doubled it. And then we doubled it. That's a pretty cool event, but happens on turn 1. Should happen when you take Karakaiser, right? But what, I thought they can't take Karakaiser with 5 crazy characters? So Belegar on turn 1, the largest faction. That's pretty cool though, pretty cool, I like that. But that reminds me of Isabella. Starting with Vlad with both items in turn 1. That is insane. It's still the most insane thing we've seen so far. They should have at least given the items, you know, when Vlad gets like rank 7 or rank 12, right? Or slightly higher rank. Vlad items that Vlad gets turn Vlad into a god. And on turn 1.
Send me to vengeance.
White Dwarf is next, but take a piss. We're back. I'm back, boys. Bathroom was taking so to wait. Where were we? White Dwarf's turn. So this is the biggest change for the Dwarfs. Gromberdal has been moved out of Karzakarak. He was making the High King look bad there. And he now leads the Ancestral Throne, a new faction. And he's in Nagarot, close to Malekith. Faction effects look like they remain the same. Weapon strength and plus 10% fighting against elves. Gets a big damage against elves on the weapon strength. And Lord effects, they added melee defense plus 10 for Quarrelers and Iron Drakes. So they made Quarrelers and Iron Drakes have higher melee defense, because, you know, range units, they do need melee defense. This will affect them in out result at least. The whole army has a muscle leadership for him, because, you know, he's a white dwarf. Oh shit, it's only been over 7 hours. Time is flying. I'll be speeding up today. There's a lot of things that just basically just got copied and don't even fit any more lampers yet. Let's see.
This is the day to strike many grudges from the Great Book.
Let me ancestor is here. Battles against Nagron, you get Master of Stormy Redbeard. But if you mouse over it, it doesn't tell you what it is. There's a spite against Dark Elves. Even you hover over the icon. Okay, I have to hover the icon, okay. What did we get from the long victory? Let's see. Capacity for all heroes. Hero rank plus 10.
It shall be done.
Dracula Spire. Looks like he's taking a Dark Elf city.
An accord bound by runic law.
And it wouldn't be a dwarf starting city if it didn't have a landmark. So, like, the first landmark we see, it's the dwarf one, of course. Repurposed holds. 400 income, 4 odd gold, 2 control faction-wide, 15 research. Faction-wide buff for the Iron Drakes and the Gyrocopters. The dwarves gotta have all the most landmarks, huh? I guess they didn't find time to create landmarks for other factions, but they did find the time to create one for the dwarves. Maybe they have no idea what kind of landmarks they make for the other factions.
How can I help?
So incredible stats here. Grimgr finally has more health than him. A while. Pretty straightforward. I wonder why is this crap even exist anymore. Mountain Strider stayed at 15%. And this is 15%. Oh. Mighty Beater defense, still OP. Mythical longevity. Getting a deja vu here. Where the hell have we seen this today? Was it Valkia? This is stuff that makes the AI pain in the ass. Not that good for the player. But the whole army 50 rigor loss reduction on top of obstinacy. I was talking more about wound recovery time. speed plus 35% for the whole army. Armor piercing damage plus 6 for the whole army. Like 35% speed for the whole army. Now that's how you make a final Legend Lord skill. A little bit of weird things, and he even gets hammers now, huh?
Run 'em!
This is the battle loot, by the way. Lord is dead, by the way. We just killed the Lord. We got 292. Remember, Axe of Dargo, Axe of Grimnir, 10% more battle loot. Because, you know, 10% more battle loot on Dwarfs and Chaos is the same thing. The Dwarfs have even worse battle loot than before. We killed the Lord here.
It is time, if you insist.
$98 battle loot. They have nerfed the dwarf battle loot. How is that even possible?
Oh my god.
They have nerfed dwarf battle loot in Immortal Empires. Dwarves always had the worst battle loot, but holy shit. We barely gain any experience somehow. Experience Grombedal. 2 bells, 1 level. What? I guess it's trash stuff.
An act! Grumbrindle!
I kinda like this spot here. It looked like claustrophobic back in the Mortal Empires.
It's no bother, I'll do it.
This is Elder Spire Mountain.
I'm here. The dwarfs need me.
This is a test here.
Agreed. I've cast the runes. Aye, you know who I am.
We're going to skill a skill, absolute relentless, campaign movement range plus 5% all characters faction wide.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
10 hours. Hey there.
You summoned me?
100 movement range.
I'm here now.
115. Plus 10 is extra and 5 is from the skill. All characters faction wide. How many years and still doesn't work on heroes?
Fire's glowing.
This is like the first one here. And as well add the Grombedals here.
Fearless and unbreakable.
How can they not fix something simple as this? Heroes have been having such a shit movement compared to the lords. And this is actually messing up the movements on the lords as well. Especially when they get the mount.
Who calls me? Yes? I am the White Dwarf.
So Grumberdal defense started him up. So he got his own faction, that's cool.
Onward! The rune's duty is never done. How can I help?
Let's see if they change his event. They could have done many things with the Grumberdal. I'm happy with this priest. I like that we have a dwarf now on another continent. So, looks like still the same. That's really powerful. If you're bad at the game and taking too much casualties, sure. Good for snowballing. Probably the best option. And total overkill. It used to be like 15-15, it's 10-15-30, might have been 10-15-30.
Our enemies shall tremble.
The whole army gets 10 defense, 10 attack, and better reload times. And hammers will receive additional 20% damage when fighting against elves on top of this. It's actually high damage. Actually, the miners look good. It looks like it's finally working as intended for the first time ever. If you guys are not familiar what was wrong with the range units, they had a hidden modifier to reload times, which stacked and scaled badly with experience and other modifiers, which made the range units overperform. I used to think it was coming from experience, but it was a hidden modifier. Now means range has one less buff to stack with the rest of the buffs to get crazy reloads. Which means the range overall is going to be more balanced in both auto-resolve, less so in auto-resolve, more so in open battles.
You know who I am?
This one is could be interesting to check out. Clarak Spire is cockroach. I mean, look at this distance. God damn, that's look at this distance. Compare this to more empires. It's quite a bit.
One back.
Yeah, the range. I feel like you're always gonna be an issue with auto-resolve Omen.
I command here.
I really like the look of Thorgrim now.
Send me to vengeance.
And the last dwarf lord is Thorek Ironbrow. I did fix one of the stacking things, so he has one less stacking things. This guy had the most stacking buffs in the game of anything. Like anything in the entire game, he had it the most. But now that hidden modifier removed, he has one less stacking modifier, but he still has, I think, the most. I think he still has, probably gonna have the best Alter Solo army because of that. Check the items. I missed the items on White Dwarf, my bad. I will revisit White Dwarf. How the hell did I forget to check the items? Yeah, Thorek is not only was kind of broken, but it was kind of fun as well at the same time until you realize, you know, that he's broken. Look at all these things.
The runes are ready. It shall be done. Thorek Ironbrow.
We need to still check the White Dwarf's items. Oleg is too basic to be more fun than Archaon.
How can I help?
Armor of Glimnal Scales. Pretty damn good. This is what the armor should be. The Rune Axe of Gromberdal. I see. Another Warhammer 1 item. Gromberdal. Gromberdal's unique weapon looks like a pattern with the first game weapons. Campaign effects, copy pasta, and overall poor. It's a dwarf item. Gromberdal's unique weapon looks like a pattern with first game weapons. Campaign effects, copy pasta, and overall. Like, fine, keep it there. Look at this. Looks familiar, guys. 3 campaign effects. Magic attacks, double magic attacks. 10 attack on... yeah, he kinda needs attack, right? Has 510 weapon strength, mostly AP, and there's plus 13 damage. Gotta be a Skaven at work at CA Company. And... like, what is this? Gotta be the same guy making all these effects. 2-minute cooldowns on effects that look like something, but they're really nothing really. Best case scenario, 5 attack animations. If they want to keep doing effects like this, they should increase the duration at least. Kinda sad, you unlock this item and then first thing you do, go to the forge. Go to the forge and you recycle it. And create a better item. Set bonus, 3 relations with Dwarfs will control +1 all provinces. Cloak of Valaya is a little bit on the poor side, but still acceptable. It was much better when it was magic resistance. I should have just made this turn into 10% ward save. And the Rune Helm of Zubar is good as long as you don't look at the ability. 10 armor, 10 physical resistance. It's an enchanted item, not really a high criteria. This is an Unbreakable Lord, and the whole army gets 10 extra leadership. And this army being Dwarfs. Yeah. Translating all the magic resistance into spell resistance is a mistake. On some of the items, some of the skills, and especially veteran battle skills, I should have just halved it and turned it into ward save. Because, you know, let's face it, in Mortal Empire's Warhammer 2, magic resistance worked like ward save half the time nearly. Which was what was making the magical attacks bad, and what they did this change. I wonder if they fixed his hammer.
So it's war! Good!
Is it me or this army is larger than they used to be? They used to kill the longbeards before. Somehow we got only 189 battle loot.
Let's see what you're worth! Thorek Ironbrow! Kazook! For the ancestors!
Kazook!
Axes and hammers! String 'em! Already done! Oaths repaid! Scores to settle! Make them pay! Attack! Forged in battle! Drung! Oaths repaid!
Okay. This guy has 10 armor for the whole army, 3 AP for the whole army, and 15% better reload times for Bolt Thrower, Grudge Thrower, and Quarless in his army. It's almost like has a crazy battle skill on as a Legend Lord effect. Thorek's Rune Armor. Guy with some of the highest armor in the game gets more armor, fire resist, spell resist. Then ability also grants additional armor and flame resist. Almost like some kind of flavor was about this one. And then you got Cloud Brakak. It's a Thunderbolt, Sundering Attacks, and Frenzy. And he has a unique skill that grants the whole army Frenzy. Old gold cost for crafting runes, -3% and control +1 all provinces. This guy gets pretty tanky and really hard to kill with mega damage. And he does buff things in one way and another way. And if you just get quarterlers, you get ridiculous stacking buffs. Even I think still with the balance change. This gives quarterlers 50% more AP damage. Let's get a buff here. Here. And there's an artifact vault, Thorgrim Gears of War, ammunition, range, and missile strength again for the quarterlers. I get some really insane crossbows. And then if you just use quarterlers on him, kind of miss opportunity of using some melee abilities, which he also could have. Being a special Rune Lord for this as well. With Frenzy for the whole army. I mean, literally any army works with him, with this buffs to quarterlers and buffs with Frenzy and them being Dwarfs. I think in the future we should try to get something that goes with Frenzy and the old ways are best. Frenzy for the whole army. Get his grinder going better, right? It does have Morse engine effect. Damage over time around him. But his range buffs are overpowered. They did fix the bonus that was hidden. So he might not be broken anymore. There's several units that can benefit from him being a special Rune Lord, him being a grinder, and him giving friends to the whole army, so you got options. I think just going for quarterlers on this guy feels rather lazy, but you know, we checked the first time because we played him the first time. The second time we played this Total War style campaign, so it made sense. But if we ever play him again, we should utilize melee capabilities more. This faction has a mechanic with a forge, which you collect items on the map and you have access to special faction-wide benefits or unique units. Also some other abilities as well. These things here. Dark Zone. It's no longer at the bottom of the world, so it's also different now. And let's see. Starts tier 2 with tier 2 gold. Gold got nerfed quite a bit, holy shit. Gold used to be like 3 times this. Okay. And his landmark is still shit. I should merge barracks with this landmark into one. I love the recruitment of these units on the landmark. There's no slots here. When you start with 7 growth, no garrison. You need growth, you need income. Oh yeah, they did have to tone this down, but I just commented it's 3 times less now. We have to play a campaign to see how it goes, but the world is much larger now. There is way more things to conquer, expand, trade works better. At least, you know, no connections. So there's access to stuff, right?
What?
Orders?
Orphans in the game? I don't think so, they are. These Dwarven garrisons, Dwarfs have definitely got nerfed garrison-wise. And it looks like they removed the garrison from the Hall of Oaths. Wasn't this building had they used to have the garrison on it? So they totally nerfed the dwarf garrisons. This used to have a garrison of 2 iron barracks and 2 hammers, right? It's gone now. Oh, we're gonna have to see how it goes.
Cladbrakak will be tested. Make them pay.
These are dwarves, you know. I'm missing every single one of these campaigns. So that's it for dwarves. Who do we see? Check next.